19, sitting mid-back of the field right now. No Bell, so he's in an okay spot. Malakoff right in front of him, number 324, is in second, I believe, with 3. David Mullen, number 323, in the blue and black of Hagens Berman, in third place with 2 points. And then 1 point to Ben Flaum, the rider for Fell Swoop. Six to go, and the bell's ringing for points. Our current race leader is at the sprinter's lane, ready to go. 5, 3, 2, and 1 to lead the lap next time around, as Levi is still at the lead position. Flaum about ready to come around his right side here. An acceleration out of the middle of the pack, as I believe that's going to be Bradley Gutting from the Broadmark team trying to accelerate and take the front spot. Levi a little too quick, though. He'll pop right off the front to find 5 more. Can he hold on for it? Whoa, I think he will. Meinhardt almost found him. It'll be 3 points for Meinhardt. David Mullins finds 2 again, the rider for Hagens Berman. It looks to be Carl Pratis, the rider, to find the 1 point there. Our race leader, Levi, number 319, Jonathan Levi with 10 unofficially. After that is David Mullen with 4. Itai Malakoff and Ryan Meinhardt both have 3, sitting in third. After that, I've got Carl Pratis and Ben Flaum with 1 point apiece. Those match the officials' numbers. Our field lined up single file in the back straight, all behind Meinhardt. Slightly smaller field here tonight for our Cat 3s. This is not our normal size field for these competitors, but they're still making it interesting as we got plenty of fast ones in this group. The new upgrade Meinhardt certainly making things look different for this field as well. Flaum looked like he knows what's going to happen next. He's going to take off now as it's 3 to go. And somewhere between now and the end, there's still another okay, let's see here. No? Oh, there's only 2 of them. I missed that announcement. All right. So we know what's left ahead of them is the bell at 1 to go, which will be the double points. And at this point, Ben is on the move. He says, well, if I can just get away from him and guarantee the 10 points, that may very well be the race for me. He has 1 point to his name. If he gets the 10 and Levi gets none in the upcoming sprint, then he will be the winner. Levi can actually calculate that and say, like, I don't need to go chase that one down. Someone else would have to go do that. He says, all I have to do is get a point in the upcoming sprint and I can still win this race. Flaum pretty far up on the field now, our rider in black and orange. Coming now under the windscreen, he's going to be the leader of this race by about a quarter lap as he gets the bell. On his way for 10 points. Benjamin making a great move here. Warning to number 36 for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. 336, warning for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. Bell's ringing for points. Right now, the field's sprinting for 6, going down the back straight, but we're looking at Benjamin Flaum, who's still got himself a healthy lead here, the rider in the black and orange, looking to wrap up this 10-point position here. Flaum on his way for the 10. Here comes the sprint for the 6. Who's going to find it? Itai Malakoff down the middle. Around the right side is going to be John Levi. Fighting for it, Levi. Malakoff and Carl Pratis will be the ones to get the points. And with Levi getting some points in the final sprint, he will be our winner out of the field. All right. We've got some Camp Velo stuff to do here. So Camp Velo riders, we're going to get this thing set up here for the graduation race. That's right, we got new riders joining the community almost every week during the summer. And we know many of you are here to support our young athletes that have put in a fantastic amount of effort and work this past week, working with mostly our coach Taylor, who's been putting in a lot of effort herself to help these kids feel confident on the bikes and learn the skills and handling and racing. We're going to be doing an Italian pursuit for these young riders. It's going to be over pretty quick because each of these riders are going to take a fast lap, and then they're done after they do their effort. The rest of their team is going to try and stick with them. Once all the riders have taken their lap, the race is over. Both teams are going to be going for 5 laps, even though one of the teams has 4 riders. We're going to make one of them do a double lap. Looks like Finley is going to be doing big effort. Oh, 5 and 6, my bad. There's going to be a 6-lap event in total. I can count. I got the list right here. On the home team, we've got Charlie, Aiden, Matthias, Neil, and Finley. Our back straight team is going to be Kylie, Wheezy, William, Cooper, Zach, and Mariana. So we'll get the back straight team over there here shortly. They're getting set up on the home side here with the help of our coaches. All right, so the back straight team getting the instruction to go ahead and head over there. They're going to listen from my voice to start the race, kids. So I'll be the one to get you started. I'll just give a nice, gentle, ready, set, go. And off our riders will go for their fun Italian pursuit. That's right, we've got camps here at the Velodrome. We are not only a racing facility, but also an education facility. We pride ourselves in helping kids get on bikes and learn how to race and enjoy being active in a community like ours. And the way we get these kids into racing is with these week-long camps. So these kids have been coming out in the middle of the day, Monday through Friday, to get trained on the basics of racing and handling a fixed gear bike. Many of the bikes you see these kids on are part of our rental fleet, thanks in large part to the generous donations of our community. We've gone a long ways to creating a really excellent rental fleet, so these kids can come in without the equipment, and we'll get them set up and started. You too can get a kid here on the track by signing up for Camp Velo. I think spots are really limited at this point this summer, but we do it every year. So set your calendar reminders coming into spring when we release those dates and open up registrations. Once kids complete Camp Velo, they can jump into the beginning night and the junior night racing that happens on Mondays. The efforts there are really around getting riders feeling safe and giving them experience on a bike in track racing. So complete the camp, and then you get the okay to jump in and start racing every week. Become part of this racing community. All right, all I'm going to be doing now is look for the ready signal from the staff that are helping our riders out. Once they got their hands up to signal that each side is ready, I can give the ready, set, go. And we'll make lots of noise as these juniors go by. This is our fun and official way to sort of welcome riders into the racing community, as this is the start of what we hope will be a long and enjoyable career for these kids out here, racing career, during the next several years. Hands up on the back straight, good, okay. Back straight is ready to go. Still waiting on the home straight. Okay. If you find yourself interested at all in all the programs we offer here at the Velodrome, don't forget you can go to the home of the Velodrome, velodrome.org, to be able to get access to all this information, including our calendar and signups for classes and racing. Hands are up in the air for both sides. On my mark. Ready, set, go! And off they go for a fast 6 laps on the track. Home team's got Charlie at the front in the blue. She'll be leading him around for this first effort. Once they do their effort at the front, they're done. So the riders that I call on these laps, they're going to be going for one fast lap, and then they get off, and the next rider takes the lead. Here comes Kylie at the front. Nice work. There you go, getting that line, perfect. But the bank is so much fun, guys. I want to go up it. So once Kylie gets to the back half there of the track, she's going to pull up and let room for someone else. On the home straight, it's going to be Aiden taking over. The blue helmet, Aiden. now in their effort, leading things out. Nicely done. And our new leader for the back straight team now coming onto the home. The pink helmet of Wheezy leading it out. A little bit out of the saddle move. Nice. Focusing on safety for our young riders. We teach them how to get into these lineups and try to keep the wheel in front of them at a safe distance, but consistent speed. Teach them about the spin and all those great fundamentals of the bike. So our kids are doing a good showing of it tonight. Aiden's done their job. Nice work. Matthias takes the front. Getting down an arrow. I like it. Dropping the head down for that one lap effort. Whoa. The back straight team is burning here behind William. Whoa. William was ready to go. There you go. Corner one knows what to do. Thanks to the fans putting the hands together. Our kids can hear ya. Nice job. Matthias really rocking it at the front. This team doing a good job staying together. Neil's turn. Take him for a lap, Neil. Our staff helping the riders find their safe exit here. Here comes the back straight team. Cooper at the front. Cooper on a good pace there as their team got back together. Nicely done. Almost down to the last rider for the home squad, and we're going to have to give a lot of help for Finley because 2 laps is going to be their responsibility here. All right, Finley, here we go. 2 big laps. Yeah. Rocking and rolling. An 800-meter effort all on his own. Very good. Is that Zach in the bright orange? I think it is. Coming to the home straight. Whoa, look at this sprinting effort. Nice. It's hardest to be at the front, but it's probably hardest of all to be in all the way to the end. So our riders here at the end doing the hardest finishing job, closing down this race. Hey, here, help out Finley. 1 to go, Finley. 1 to go. 1 to go. The teams, once again, remarkably perfectly matched here as both riders crossing the lines that are opposing on the track at almost the same moment. That's pretty cool. All right, last rider to cheer on. It's Mariana coming on the home straight, also getting the bell. You finish up on the back. 200 meters to go, Mariana. 200 meters to go. Nice work. Okay, last chance to cheer on Finley and all of our riders here as they'll be finishing up in about 100 meters here. Here comes Finley and Mariana on the other side of the track finishing up. Wow, look at that. The home team by maybe a half second. It's very close. Wow, very good race. And that's our way of saying welcome to the team, to the community. We make them do a race on a Friday night. How fun is that? All right, juniors, anyone, if you're out there on the track, make your way back over to the home straight. You're all done. Nice job. How about one more round of applause for the juniors that have done their work here this week at Camp Velo, the moms and dads for taking them out here to the camp, and everybody at the staff and our team that's helped them out. Thank you. Excellent work, kids. We look forward to seeing more of you on a track bike in the future. All right, we're going to get all of our riders out safely. Just a few more on the apron, but we'll get them out of here. Our next field to the rail is our junior field for the 4x3 points race. On deck, we got the women for the tempo. Women, you're on deck for your tempo. For our in-person audience here, we've heard the rules of the points race already a couple times because we had those unknown points races before. This is a scheduled points race. We know when the points are going to happen in this one. It's a 4x3, which means there's 4 sprints. They're separated by 3 laps. That gives us a total of 12 laps to get all those sprints in. The same points that are earned that we saw earlier, 5, 3, 2, and 1, and double at the final sprint, 10, 6, 4, and 2. So all those rules still apply. This is our juniors field. So you just saw Camp Velo. So our 9 to usually on the upper end 15-year-old junior fields start with that Camp Velo experience, and then they can continue to race and become part of the junior field, which generally races on a Monday night every week. And then we also, starting this year, have been bringing them in more regularly into our Friday night program. So you're also getting to see sort of the product of what this continues to look like. And as you've noticed, as I've been mentioning it, there are juniors that continue to work and develop and grow and work into our other categories as well. And the sound of the whistle is the beginning of racing for their juniors field. 12 to go, and we know when the bells will be. We'll hear the first one at 10 to go, juniors. That was Indigo Vining number 514 that started things off for the juniors. No bell, but the juniors might make you think there was. They're starting to pick up the pace already, looking like they're a little sparky coming across the finish line there. Gavin Newman, the rider at the front. And there's that bell for the first one. It's Logan, the only one who feels comfortable in the sprinter's lane right now. He'll take the lead spot. Gavin Newman in the light green has got his wheel here in a moment. JC, that neon colored helmet on Newman's wheel will now start to spin up to speed, trying to get around the right side. Maybe not yet. It's still Logan at the front. JC dumps down behind his wheel, so now it's going to be both Logan and Gavin at the front, side by side. A sprint coming up alongside of them, though. It's going to be 3 across the track. Whoa, big move all the way from the outside. Merrick Gallagher picks up the 5. I think it was Logan on the inside that got the 3. Eight to go. Bell upcoming for our second sprint. Bell's ringing for the second sprint. JC at the front, not happy that Gallagher came flying up from the back of the field to pick up the win in that first sprint. So our leader, number 513, right in the middle of the field, waiting for someone to try to come around him. This is who's going to make the move here. JC still guarding the sprinter's lane, waiting for the attack as well, trying to shorten the track before the sprint starts. You can see that every one of them singing at about the same time as they hit the 200 line. They all want to be getting up to speed. And JC will be the first to come out of the corner here at the front of the field. Can he hold on this time? The sprint coming in hot. JC at the lead. Oh, Newman trying to get it. It'll be Pyle, Newman. Indigo Vining, I think, down the sprinter's lane, got the 2 points that time. Gallagher found one more. That should keep Gallagher in the lead with 6 points after that sprint. Five to go. Resting up for the next sprint. Everything about the Friday night food truck and beverage garden situation, it has been a slow start for us, as you can imagine, with all COVID protocols going on. We are basically back to normal racing. Almost no restrictions on us at this point. The one thing we're waiting on now is approval for those beverage gardens to open back up again. We'll be getting that information to you as soon as we know more about that. At 4 to go, the bell is ringing for another sprint. It's going to be our current race leader taking the front spot. 5:13 leading out the lap. He comes under the Greg cycle sign with everyone almost lined up behind him now. A little earlier comes the speed. Gallagher's up out of the saddle, as is Pyle. Now trying to go alongside him. They're side by side. Gavin Newman following in the shadow of Pyle, trying to use that draft to come up and around as well. He'll take a good position. It's going to be JC leading this thing out. Looks like he'll be the stronger one in this one. It'll be Newman for 3. Gallagher finds 2 more, and Logan sweeping in for the 1. JC Pyle should be our new race leader with 10 points after that last sprint. As I was just mentioning, the adult beverage garden is coming back, and I just wanted to let you know that that will be a regular part of our Friday nights as soon as we get the okay. The state permitting process is what we're waiting on. We'll be pouring our fantastic beverage sponsors of 2021. Postdoc Brewery and Locust Ciders will both be here on the weekly basis. So if you want to support the Velodrome and enjoy a race night by purchasing a beverage in the next coming weeks, we'll let you know, most likely via both newsletter, Twitter, and Facebook posts to let everybody know. 2 to go here for the field, and we know the bell's coming next lap for the final sprint. It's going to be a big one, 10, 6, 4, and 2 on that one. Newman makes the early move ahead of the spell. He took notes from Nolan Adams a couple races ago and thinks maybe he can do the same thing. The field responds quickly. They don't want to let Gavin get away this time. He's going to be caught pretty quick, but he's still at the lead at 1 to go. It's Logan catching on quickly. Our current race leader falling back a few wheels here. He may not have enough left for this last effort. He may be yielding this race, as now we watch Gallagher bring up Indigo Vining into this sprint. Still Gavin Newman at the lead, but he's not at top speed yet, waiting maybe to see another wheel alongside of him. And maybe his effort's already spent, as it's going to be Logan with the most motor left at the end of this thing. Logan Lee looking around. He's just got to do a big effort here. It'll be 2 riders that's outside of him instead. Indigo Vining with the big final sprint. Merrick Gallagher still finds 6 more. Logan finds the 4 points. So still worth the effort there, no question about that. Women competitors to the rail for the tempo. On deck, Cat 1-2, men for your tempo race. The tempo race underway here after the neutral. Riders at the front of the field will get points every single lap. It goes 2 to the first rider and 1 to the second, including the final lap. The tempo is a race that rewards consistency, as the name suggests. Either you have to just continuously sprint in front of the field, or what you'll often see is 1 or 2 riders try to make breakaway efforts to pick up several points in a row and put themselves in a good spot ahead of their competitors. We're going to start out turn 4 as long as they're still all together. Got to tell you, from up here in the announcer stand, it is so good to see so many folks here in the audience between corners 1 and 2 over there in corner 4. Thank you for having a good audience turnout on this beautiful Friday. It's so great to have so many people here enjoying Friday night racing. We really appreciate you all being here and making some noise for our athletes. It's been so much fun. July's a good month for racing, so we'll be here every single week of Friday nights at 7 o'clock. As long as it ain't raining, we'll be here hanging out. Yeah, unless we get another one of those heat waves. Yikes. Let's all hope that doesn't happen again. All right, here we go. Points next lap to lead it. There's a name I haven't called in a while. It's Bryn Ward at the front of this thing, returning to the Velodrome. 106 is back to compete. Love it. It's a family here at the Velodrome. We see each other an awful lot during the summer, and it's been really good to get back to the action here in 2021. We've been away from the fun, and it's great to have just about everything back to normal, including starting from the rail and all of our racers coming out and joining us on a Friday night. The first sprint underway. It's Heather Nielsen in the red trying to find the first 2. Bryn Ward also trying to hold on for a point. Nielsen, Darlene for 2. Nielsen for 1. Kelly Darlene says, I got some speed right now. Might as well go with it. I've watched, or at least I have gotten the insider's report on this kid's hour effort. I wasn't there to watch it, but Darlene can put on a pretty impressive effort over a long period of time. So she feels like, you know what, if I just get into a tempo myself here, maybe I can pick up another point. She's able to do so. She'll find 2, making her total 4 now. Annette Williams will sweep in for 1. So Darlene will be our race leader. She's second wheel right now with the tan-colored disc wheel for that back wheel of hers. Another sprint as every lap counts. She's still on it. Ooh, Williams, Darlene go 2 and 1. Our current race leader now with 5 points, number 101, sitting up high along the rail, waiting for someone else to take the lead. Annette Williams sitting in second with 3 is bib 102 in the national colors. And we've got the red of Audi Racing. Heather Nielsen's got 1 point, sitting in third. And there's that rider sitting in third. She says, I need more. Time to pick up the pace again. I sat out that last one. Time for me to get some more here at 8 laps remaining. Oh, Kelly Darlene will not be denied, though. She's going to try to go get more again. It'll be Scoville for 2. Darlene finds another. Six points to the race leader, Kelly Darlene, number 101. And her consistent effort, as I mentioned a bit ago, she is able to just consistently keep the speed fairly high on her competitors, not allowing anyone to recover. She's going to put the pressure on after the last effort, and here she goes. She'll just lead out this effort for 3 riders and pick up 2. Scoville for 1 more. Race leader now has 8. Behind her is Williams and Scoville, each with 3 points, tied for second. And those are the 2 riders that are with that lead group of 3. So first, second, and third place all in that lead group. The field in the chase, trying to get back up to them. No points for anyone in the field right now with 3 riders in front of them. So the race is out in front of them as they're trying to catch. On the home straight, it's Annette Williams that'll take her turn. It looks like we've now fallen to a bit of a pace line, trying to drop more riders behind them. So they're working like a small team here. Annette Williams for 2. Kelly Darlene gets 1 more. If they can keep this effort up, they might just be able to keep the race to themselves. A smart and selfish move at this point in the race. Why not deny your competitors an opportunity to sprint against you? This consistent effort fits these riders just fine. Danny at the front. She'll find the 5. Williams gets the 1. Our race leader is still Darlene with 9. Williams, I believe, has 6. Scoville has 5. The only other rider with points is Nielsen with 1. That's confirmed by the officials. There's a few fast laps left before the Cat 1-2 men return for their tempo race coming up next. Mar Edwards trying to bridge this gap. She hasn't made it up there yet. It'll be Darlene getting the points this time. Behind her is Scoville for 1. The race leader now with 11. Edwards making the big effort to get up there. Number 103 is just about to make contact to make the lead group 4. Likely not with the effort on this lap to sprint and contest for points, but potentially in the future, that's what she'll be trying to do. Although as riders may not be expecting her to join in the effort, she could mix it up on this lap. We'll see. At the front, it's still Williams, and everybody looks like they're happy staying in this pace train sort of mentality. Work together, get points, share on those payouts. Williams for 2, Darlene for 1. 12 to the race leader. In second with 8 is Annette Williams, and in third with 6, Danny Scoville. Those 4 riders at the front, that's in order. Darlene, our race leader, right behind her. Edwards, no points yet. Scoville is behind her with the orange helmet, currently in third. And Annette Williams, the rider in the national colors, now the 3rd rider in the lineup, in second place with 8. At 2 to go, we'll get a bell next lap to tell us it's the last lap. Edwards will get her first points, 2 for her, 1 more for Danny. With that, Edwards immediately moves up into 4th place for finding 2 points. The cooperation is about to end here, as after the bell is ringing, the riders know it's going to be all over and they got to sort this thing out. Now, the last lap is still worth 2 points to the leader. If Darlene picks up a point here, she's essentially uncatchable at this point. So she may not need to sprint. We'll see how she plays it. 1 to go for the women. It's Williams for 2, Darlene for 1. Darlene, our race leader, has 13 points and does not need to compete in this sprint, but I doubt she's going to slow down knowing that. The next closest rider with 10. And there's that rider with 10 points wanting to hold on to the second place. She'll make the sprint down the back straight. It's Annette Williams. We're in the national colors and putting on the show tonight. Again, a fast finish for her. Looking around to see if anybody else is going to catch on to her. Kelly Darlene, the rider in second, going to be our winner. Edwards wants another point. She'll find it. Darlene, 101, our winner in that event. Annette Williams will hold on to second place. Scoville, the rider with the orange helmet, one of our junior competitors in this field, also manages to find 3rd in this fun and exciting tempo race. Cat 1-2 men to the rail, please, for the tempo. Cat 3 is your next.
It's a
All right, another tempo race. Same rules as our previous field. 2 riders at the front get points. The first rider gets 2. The second rider gets 1. All the way to the last lap. This field's going to go for 15 laps. On deck, the Cat 3s get to race the same thing. We'll be nice and familiar with the tempo by the end of this. Then after that, the juniors get the fun stayers race. Let's be ready for that one. Make sure we got our partners ready to go. And the race underway. Next lap, 2 and 1 to the leaders. And every lap there onwards. Whoa, I think Baker for 2. And I got number 20 on the inside. Ryan Rusfold, I think, for Hagens Berman got the 1 point there. Baker, our unofficial race leader, number 4 in the national colors. Steven Wilson's on his attack now. No question, he's on pace for 2. The sprint on for 1 behind him. Number 25 joining in on the action. Number 17 is Richter finding a point there. Wilson's and Richter will now form a very significant break of 2 riders. This is not to be scoffed at in the slightest. These 2 could become the race right now if nothing happens at this point from the field. Wilson's and Richter. Richter will go ahead and carry the momentum to find 2 on this lap. Wilson's will get the 1. Richter's looking around saying, let's partner up. You can see he's got that body language of, we can do this, but I think we should do it together. So Wilson's will try to get onto the rear wheel of Richter, and if they can hold their tempo together, this is going to become their race to win or lose, depending on how they can play these next couple of laps. The field behind them is starting to see that. Now you can see the effort coming from them as they become single file, and they're in the chase. The hunt has not found their mark yet, as it'll be Richter and Wilson's. Wilson's looking like he wants to compete for the points, thinking that maybe this race is over. Got to get everything he can, but they'll be on it still together. Richter finds 2, Wilson's 1. Oftentimes in these sorts of formats where you have these 2 riders off the front, they'll take 1 lap pull so that they'll each get the front on opposite laps here. So previous lap was Richter, this lap is Wilson's to take. That way they share and don't compete. Competing against each other is kind of wasted effort when your hope is to be efficient and stay away from the field. Wilson's gets the 2 points, putting them both into a tie with 6 points apiece. Baker in 3rd with 2, and Ryan Rusfold with 1 is in 4th, unofficially. The leaders are still off by a small distance here. The field has done a nice job organizing and catching on, but right now we have to tip our hats at least a little bit in the direction of Richter and Wilson's for this fantastic duo effort. Timed very well. Richter finds himself in the lead with 8. It's 7 points to Steven Wilson's, the rider in blue, currently in 2nd. The Laser is the first to catch, the rider in the orange helmet. One of our junior competitors has worked his way through the junior program, but he catches and then is boxed in. It's going to be Baker and Nolan Adams that find their way out of the field, and it's their points to get. Nolan Adams is trying to be opportunistic here and take the sprint away from Baker. It looks like he'll find the 2. Baker gets 1. Baker, who had points before, needing some more here as those leaders took away any advantage he had earned early in the race. Nolan Adams finds his first points, getting him 2. Kaiser again doing some work to catch here. Having to communicate to Baker not to come slamming down as he's taken the sprinter's lane from him, and he'll just continue to cruise right on up. I think he'll find the 2 this lap. Ooh, maybe not! 39 on a tear as Chris Wilson gets the 2 points. 1 point for Kaiser. What a move from Chris Wilson. Lined it up from the back of the field, and if you had your eyes on the whole group, you saw it coming. He was flying up along the rail and zoomed in to take away the 2 And now he'll carry himself out into a solo breakaway position. Chris Wilson, nicely timed, 6 to go. Can he get this race wrapped up here? We'll be able to stay away. Nick Martinez gets a point and wants to catch him. It's a fast race here, folks. This field being tested. Constant speed required in the tempo as different riders putting on the pressure constantly, going off the front. Currently on his own for the Fountain Cycling team, Chris Wilson trying to work his way up the leaderboards, chipping away at it. He's got 2 more, making it 6. Current race leader Richter with 8. He could do it one more time, he'd be in a tie. 32 as Carl Hofer gets his first point. One of our competitors crossing the lake from Mercer Island. Can Chris Wilson get this 8 points and tie with the leaders? I think the field says no thanks. We're going to catch before that happens. They're on their way. The white helmet trying to hold off the charge. And here comes the wave as this sprint is being engaged. Look out for Brando Russell on the outside. Brando, the Mando, number 6 for 2. Ludomax finds 1. Still, David Richter in the lead with 8 points. As the Rockets found himself at the front of this field for long enough to earn first position even after these recent sprints. Steven Wilson's in second with 7. Chris Wilson in third with 6. Brandon Russell gets another 2, giving him 4 points, and Andy Baker gets 1 more. That'll give him 4 points. Richter 8 in first. Steven Wilson's in second with 7. Chris Wilson's in third with 6. Both Brandon Russell and Andy Baker have 4 and a tie for 4th. I got Nolan Adams with 2. Nick Martinez 1. Carl Hofer with 1. Ludomax 1. Henry Kaiser 1. That matches the official record. Brandon Russell is a mile away from this field out here, number 6. What a finishing effort he's putting out tonight. If he wins another, he will be our winner. He just has to stay out in front of the field because he'll have at least 8 points, and he'll be the tiebreaker with Richter based on finishing position in the last sprint. I mean, this is just a dominant effort from Russell here at the end of this race. He was saving it for the right moment, and it will be enough to win this thing if he keeps on the pedals here, folks. How about it? 1 more lap for Brandon Russell here to finish this race out. 2 more points, and he's now our tied leader with Richter. He'll be able to close this thing down. What an effort by him. Richter says, hold on a second. I want more points. I want second place wrapped up at least. 1 to go for the field. So the 2 riders in dark green off of the field right now are in a tie for first place. It's number 6 in front, who's on pace to be our winner with 10 points. Brandon Russell, your race winner. And here comes the Rocket for second place. Nicely done for Fountain Cycling. This sprint will break the ties for all the other riders without points as well. So sprinting going on all across this field. And that'll wrap it up for that very quick and arduous tempo race. We got an important finisher still in the field as we have one of our riders at the top of the leaderboards. Our early attacker, Steven Wilson's, held on to the lap, which will keep him in top 5 position in the race. So well done race for Steven as well. All right, Cat 3 men, you're invited to the rail for your tempo. On deck, the stairs race. Same race once again. It's a tempo, 2 and 1 to the leaders. We'll get them started after the neutral. Think you find yourself interested at all in track racing? Maybe something you might even want to try? You think this crazy sport is out of your reach? It's not. You can give it a try yourself. In fact, there's a really easy way to get signed up and give it a shot. If you want to get on a track bike and just feel it out, feel what it's like to ride on one of these fixed gear bikes on our Velodrome, it's as easy as going to velodrome.org, going to the education tab, and checking out the Try the Track classes. You can spend an hour on the track, and during that time, you get one of our rental bikes included with the cost for the class. If you're an adult, it's just $10. For the kids, it's free. During that hour, we'll give you a little bit of instruction about how to hold the thing, get set up on it, get out on the track, stay safe, and then you can see for yourself if this is something you might want to know more about. Check it out at velodrome.org to get signed up for Try the Track classes. The neutral still engaged. We're still neutralized for another lap. All right, there we go. The neutral's been disengaged. The race is now underway. Points next lap, and Levi loves the lead. Here he goes. Number 319 jumps down quickly into that sprinter's lane. Front position is now his. Meinhardt, the rider in red, finds the second wheel position. Meinhardt and then Levi take the points, 2 and 1. Wow. Ben Flaum coming downhill there on the outside, finds the 2. Levi grabs another point. We got a 3-way tie, 2 points apiece. So Levi, Flaum, and Meinhardt. Ben Flaum will go ahead and ride his efforts. Why not? He did the effort to sprint. You might as well carry it on. He'll do so here. He's still fresh enough to keep on it. Hoping for 2 more. Looks like he's on pace to do just that. And Carl Pratis, 304, finds 1 point. Flaum, the current race leader, with 4 points. The rider for Fell Swoop Racing Team in black and orange sits at the front. Not content with the current lineup here. Let's see what happens. It'll be Itai Malakoff making a nice opportunistic sprint for himself. 324 picks up the 2 points. It's Ben Flaum for 1 more. He's still our race leader, but Malakoff taking advantage of that moment there when it was moderate tempo from the field. Everybody sort of sitting on the wheel of Flaum, not really pushing the pace too hard. Makes a nice sprint from the middle of the group. Hoping for some help here, but he could roll for the 2, I think, as nobody's really trying to chase at this point yet. He's going to re-engage himself down the sprinter's lane, and looks like he's on line for the second 2-point sprint. Malakoff for 2, David Mullen for 1. Malakoff sits in second with 4 after that sprint, still behind Ben Flaum with 5. That's the rider who now takes the front position. Carl Pratis waiting for his opportunity to sprint around him. Now decides it's the time to go. It'll be Carl Pratis, one of our junior competitors. Impressed with his teammate Itai, wants to make a move of his own. He does it from near the front of the field. Trying to hold on for 2. It'll be Meinhardt accelerating around the right side to find the 2 points instead. Carl Pratis finds 1. We'll give the lead still to Ben Flom with 5. I've got Malakoff and Meinhardt tied with 4 points apiece in second. A tie in fourth between Pratis and Levi with 2 points apiece. David Mullen's got 1. Pratis has still got more fight in him. He's going to try to jump it here. Pratis for 2. And that's Kilbert, I believe, gets the 1. Kit Kilbert, the rider in white and blue, now finds himself at the front as after Pratis makes the sprint, he decides it's time to recover. He goes to the back of the lineup to wait his next opportunity to attack. Big move from the middle of the field as, again, a slightly slower movement there gives an opportunity for Jonathan Levi to accelerate quickly. Number 319 comes to the front for 2. Ben Flom, still the race leader, gets another point in that sprint. He'll hold on to the lead. He has 6, our race leader, and now I have 4 riders with 4 points apiece. Pratis, Levi, Malakoff, and Meinhardt in a tie for second, all with 4 points, unofficially. Levi at the lead, trying to get 2 and find himself in a tie with the previous race leader here. He'll do so. 2 more points for Jonathan. Bradley Button Gutting gets the 1. It's now Ben Flom 328 and Jonathan Levi 319 in first place, both with 6 points. One of the riders with the most points there at the front of the field right now, about to take the lone lead. If he can find 2 more, Gutting's on the charge, but Levi has enough. Gutting for 1 more. Levi, the new race leader, with 8. Our Woodinville competitor quickly upgrading from the Cat 4s into this field, and he's already, again, a consistent threat week after week. He's off the front with 2 Broadmark riders, the riders in blue and white. It's Hyun Lee now who finds himself at the front after following the effort of Bradley Gutting's attack. It's the final sprint, and Levi says, I need to go get more to make sure I don't lose this thing. I'm in the lead. I got to hold on to it. Whoa, David Mullen for 1. 1 to go for everybody here in the race. It's Jonathan Levi with 10 in the lead. And he's already far enough away that I don't think anyone can catch him by the numbers. David Mullen's going to try to ride his wheel and get some more points here. Stairs race coming up. There's a couple of teams that are going to need to wait for riders in the Cat 3 field, so we'll need just a moment to reset ourselves. Whoa, Carl Pratis. He's got another sprint in him, and he just unloads another one. Levi's proud and says, I don't want to lose this thing. Pratis with enough speed, he'll take it. Pratis and Levi go 2 and 1 in the final sprint, but it's going to be Jonathan Levi, our winner from the tempo. Carl Pratis, one of our juniors, with a fantastic finishing sprint. Our riders will exit on this lap, and once we're clear, we're going to bring out our next field, the stairs race, although I think we need just a moment, as I know at least one team is waiting on Dad to join them. At least that's what I think's going on. All right, our stairs race just about ready to get started here. We're just waiting on our final team to get set because we had a Cat 3 competitor joining in to be the partner. Our fun junior and elite and our adult and or other category partner race coming up in just a moment. Nice, Hune, double duty. Going out to race with this kid, Logan and Hune, making up that final team in the lineup. Riders off for the neutral in the stairs race. As long as all of our teams are together, we're going to start out of turn 4. Here's how this works. You can see the partner teams based on their jersey colors. So they put on our special team jerseys to make it very clear who's racing with who. Now, the adult that they're racing with, the junior, has an adult buddy on their team, will often be the one doing the work. So you're going to watch the adult leading the junior around. They're going to hold onto their wheel throughout the event. But the scoring is based on where the junior ends up. So the adult could finish a half mile in front of the kid, and it doesn't matter. So the point here is to not go any faster than the kid can handle, but to provide the absolute best draft and effort you can for them so you can give them the best finish possible. So being a strong kid still helps. You got to be strong to hold on to the wheel. A little bit of teamwork, a little bit of coordination, a little bit of fun in our stairs race, about ready to start. And racing is underway. The stairs race has 10 laps. The first team's junior to cross the line will win the race. So you can see here now, if you look at the field, everybody's found their buddy and they're trying to stay on their wheel. Now, if you're close enough to hear them, you might hear at a later point in the race, you might hear the kid say up, up, or down, down. And what they're trying to do is just communicate, you're going too fast or going too slow, or I need a moment to catch my breath, or I think we can catch these guys. You'll hear some communication going on. Because again, the job of the adult here is to not drop the kid. Doesn't matter how fast they go. If they drop them, it don't matter. 9 to go in the stairs race. Team light blue and team yellow sit side by side. It looks like Miller and Baker are happy to lead this thing out right now together. Both yellow and blue have decided to pick up the pace a little bit to test the field, maybe to see who can hold on to the speed. Everyone's kind of getting a feel for what their kid's going to be able to do here at tempo. 8 to go. It looks like everybody's at a pretty well matched speed. So our junior field came out here at already looking pretty well matched, and now when we add in the adults, the field's well equipped to compete tonight. Seven to go. It's always nice at this point in the night. If you're close enough to the field, you can feel that breeze as they come flying by. And the stairs field is still doing it. They've got enough speed to them as both the effort of Miller and Baker, the two riders at the front, keeping the pace pretty fast. You could feel them as they went by. And it's just enough here. You can see one team starting to feel the pain of this tempo. It's pretty quick, so these juniors are putting on a nice effort tonight behind the wheels of these speedy leading riders. 6 to go. You won't be able to find the live stream on its normal link as we've lost the live stream a couple times tonight due to some technical issues. We are live and have been streaming for quite a while now on YouTube. You can find us at JB Velodrome. That's the channel name. Search for us on youtube.com, JB Velodrome, and you'll find the live stream up there. We've also shared it to the Facebook page. If you want to head there, you can find it and share it with friends. This is our first hiccup in a number of weeks, so we apologize to those out there that depend on the stream to be able to catch the racing action here, but we have been able to keep it live for the last couple of races, and we'll keep it on through the rest of the night. We appreciate everyone's patience.
Through the yoga lessons, going greener by the minute. Soon I can't wear any other colors. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down.
4 to go for our chasing team, and here comes the field, seeing 3 to go. So coming up in our final event, we've got the scratch races coming up after these the stairs race is all wrapped up. And during the scratch race tonight, we're going to be giving out some preems during the race to encourage our riders to go faster on certain laps. If you would like to donate directly into a pocket of a fast racer, encourage them to go faster today, you can say, hey, you know what? Let's make that prize a little bit bigger. You can go to velodrome.org/live and donate to the Velodrome specifically for a cash preem during the scratch race. Again, the link is velodrome.org/live. There's a button right at the top that says donate for a preem. You can put in some money, and what we'll do here is that $10 amount that I've got currently is just going to go up. So I'll keep my eyes posted on any donations that come in and try to increase that amount appropriately. Again, that link is velodrome.org/live, and you can donate right now to make the preem a little larger during the scratch races. Here comes our final lap. It's 1 to go. Which junior is going to be to the line first? Oh, man. The pink team is in the sprinter's lane, but yellow and blue is starting to pick up the pace, and these juniors are like, man, this draft is awesome. We're flying. All you got to do is hold on, kids. Oh, Team Yellow looking like they might have it dialed in here. Is that going to be Christian Miller leading out, I believe, JC? Oh, Team Yellow coming into the home stretch. JC in a good position. Might be the first junior to make it. Team Yellow manages to find it. Then it's going to be Gallagher for Team Pink. And I think Gavin Newman for the blue and yellow will be our third place finisher here in the stairs race. Great job all around. We got one more team finishing up still. Nice job to every one of our competitors. Yes, very nice. All right, we've already got one preem donation coming in. If you want to get a preem donation in for the scratch races, it's time to get online, velodrome.org/live, and toss some cash to the racers. I've already got 10 more bucks into the cash prizes here, so we're going to figure out how to get this out to our riders. Cash preems coming out during the scratch race, racers. So during the scratch race, we got preems. Again, I've got some donations coming in. I've already doubled the prize purse from donations. Thank you very much. We'll continue to track that. I'm watching the incoming messages here to make sure I'm accounting for all of these. And what we're going to try and do is increase the amount for the preem overall per field. So each of the field's amounts are going to go up based on your donations. Currently, we've already doubled it. So it's the amounts continue to go up. If you donate, I guess, after a race, I'm not sure how to handle that, but we'll figure it out. The sooner the better on that. Velodrome.org/live if you want to contribute to the preems tonight in the scratch race. Currently, it's over 20 bucks for the preem, which will come from the announcer on a lap when I feel like it. I get to throw that at the racers whenever it's time to make it faster. It just keeps coming. More donations here for the Preem. Exciting. 20-lap scratch race getting started here. First rider across the line at the end is our winner. So pretty straightforward in terms of the race format. This is our featured race tonight, so it's very important for the overall Omnium win in each of their fields. Riders get points for winning, or placing, I should say, in each of the races. This one's worth even more for the overall win on the night. If you ever follow us on social media, you'll see our post at the end of the night when we put up the podium pictures. That is our riders who are the overall winners on the night. And if you're looking at who's going to win that, this race is the most important for each of our fields. Bryn Ward at the front at 19 to go. $18 to go. Annette Williams takes the lead spot. So at this stage in the race, I like to think of the scratch race as being generally 3 phases in most fields. You've got the early part of the race where there may be some attacks, but generally it's about just stay together, move it along, click down the laps. This thing's kind of long, right? Let's not do anything crazy. Then somewhere in the middle, usually someone makes a move, something happens, there's some sort of attack, some sort of a pressure is applied, maybe a preem is thrown out. And that's where things start to change and it gets a little bit crazy. If you survive past that point, then you get into the final phase, which is the pre-sprint moment. That's when the riders tend to be a little bit more defensive. Riders are fighting for position. They're getting ready for the big final effort. So right now we find ourselves at the beginning of the scratch where, for the most part, riders are thinking about efficiency. They're thinking about being in the speed and just kind of keeping it rolling, playing their part or not. Some of the riders might be trying to be conservative on their energy. And they're waiting for that first big change in this format, which is where someone's going to make an attack, or again, in a race like this where we know there's a preem on the line, when they know there's some cash to sprint for, that will certainly accelerate things. The field slots themselves in healthily behind Amara Edwards on the lead at 16 to go. All right. I've been off the mic for a while because we're figuring something out. Surprise incoming. It's a good problem to have. I promise it's a good problem to have. And if you're out there on the stream, you know who you are. It's a good problem to have. Thank you. Things are about to get very interesting here. Let's just put it that way. All right, folks. We got $50 to lead the lap. $50 to lead the lap. Come on now. $50. 50. Come on. 50. Kelly, please, and Apex Racing at the front. Come on, you know you want it. Amari Edwards says, I want the payout. $50 to lead the lap. And there's more preems tonight. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Whoa, Danny Scoville says, this is a big payout. I'm going. How many weeks of allowance is this? $50 for Danny. Woo! Okay, if this is a preview of what's going to happen for the rest of the season, I think we should get more racers out here. And more preems, yeah. Woo! Scoville lights it up, and she's like, I don't care about the race anymore. Nine to go, and it's a break of 3 here between Darlene Williams and Wade Easily, our 3 riders off the front. Our leaders sit up for a moment, allowing the field to return together a little bit here. So riders scrambling to get this group together. Reinitiating it. Darlene's not done pushing the pedals. She'll do so at 8 to go. Seven to go. Edwards at the front. All right, scene 6 to go. It's Scoville feeling pretty healthy after that last preem going, oh yeah. That's a lot of cookie dough on one sprint. Kelly Donnelly now sitting at the front. It's everybody lined up again, and our riders, having survived the big speed of the preem sprint, we now find ourselves kind of this final phase of the race where what's most important for these riders in their minds is we got the win ahead of us. I got to get ready for the win. So positioning is going to become more important with each passing lap. 5 to go. All right. Everybody's starting to bunch up here on the back straight, actually. This is again, that defensive position that most riders are going to take up. And this is kind of the last-ditch effort if anybody wants to try to get away from this field ahead of a group sprint. Most riders decide to jump on the wheel here, seeing 4 to go. Okay, perk your ears open, folks. I got how much? $100 to lead the lap. $100 to lead the lap. What? Race director Edwards in there like, what the heck are you doing with our money? It's not our money. It got donated. I don't know what to tell you. $100 to lead the lap. Who's going to go get it? Annette Williams says, I want it, I want it. Williams making a big sprint. Oh, here comes Darlene. This is ahead of the win for the race. Scoville's trying to hold on. $100 on the line. Who's going to get it? Oh, it's going to be close. Williams says, I want the money. Oh, down the sprinter's lane. It's Annette Williams. I don't even care about the race anymore. That was my race. I know. Kelly's like, oh, so close. But you know what I can do now is I'll go win in a net. Nah. So Kelly Darlene is now, she's on a solo break, and she says, I can do this, no problem. All right, Kelly, go win this race. That's your recompense for missing out on the $100. Go get that win. 2 to go. 2 to go. Oh, my goodness. Wade Easley at the lead for the field saying, okay, well, this thing's kind of over. Kelly looks like she's mad about that last one. She's got a point to prove now. One to go, Kelly, 1 to go. Go get that victory tonight. She's got the motor and that sprinting speed. She challenged Annette for the point, for the big $100, and she still has the motor left to go ahead and make this solo move. No problem for that kid. 1 to go for the field, 1 to go. Kelly Darlene, our winner tonight, says, you know, it's a bittersweet victory, but a victory nonetheless. Here comes the sprint for second place in the race. Oh, Williams barely. Edwards, I think it's third. Wade Easley, I think right in the middle, would have been the fourth rider across the line. Whew. Okay, you guys, you heard that. You heard it right. Each of the fields upcoming, it's two preems that are going to be coming out, and it's the same amount. So now you know. Nice. Here comes our junior sprinting at the end of this thing, too. Cat 1-2s to the rail. Unless something crazy happens in the next minute, 2 preems from the announcer, $50 and $100 on those laps. Yeah, did you hear me right? 50 and 100 at the line, 2 laps during this race. Cat 1-2 is now up for the neutral. I think I found a whole new register during that sprint for the $100 in my voice. I'm still recovering from it. I should have done my warm-ups. I didn't expect this on this comfortable July Friday night. But little did I know that one of our online spectators was going to pop in and put in a sizable donation towards our preems tonight. Oh, it's too much fun here, folks. 2 more races ahead of us. Preems on the line, $50 and $100 for these fields. You guarantee there's going to be some fun laps. No question about it. Man of the first lap, Andy Baker takes it. It's a 30-lap race, and now it's underway. Mr. Baker, number 4. Takes the lead spot. Appreciate all those that are still on the live stream after the up and down day we've had today. Good to see some good viewership on there, and appreciate all the positive shout outs for the racers. They'll be able to come back and rewatch today's racing action and be able to see your comments. A lot of love for our riders during the stairs race, and Fount Cycling getting a lot of call outs. Fount Cycling represented well here in this field with 3 competitors about here all night. They'll be looking for both some big cash preens coming up, as well as the big win tonight in the featured race of our program, the Scratch. Coming up after this will be the final race on this Friday night. Our Cat 3 is also competing in a Scratch. Saw 27 to go. Stephen Wilson's flies high to take a bit of a moment off. Good time to remind you that we're here every single week at 7 o'clock, Friday Night Racing. It looks a little different every week. We got a different crew that'll sign up to race. We've got a different race format every week. Most weeks we have a food truck now that we're allowed to do so. We're also very soon going to be having our beverage garden here, where we'll be pouring some adult beverages, Locust ciders, and Post Hoc Brewery. Man, it's been a long day. By the way, Post Hoc, really easy stop. Our new sponsor and partner this year for our beer. They're right outside of the Velodrome area over here, just beyond where I'm looking over turn 2, outside the park, very close by. So go check out their tasting room as they continue to expand. And Locust Ciders, again, our other beverage sponsor in 2021, will be coming soon. We'll let you know when that's available. So Friday Night Racing is only going to get more fun as we bring back the full experience. The Carnival is coming up this month as well. The registration for the Marymore Carnival now open July 30th and 31st in replacement of the annual national class race, the Grand Prix, which we had to cancel again this year due to some scheduling conflicts with the national race calendar. We bring you a fun, exciting, and different sort of race event with some bigger cash prizes, the Marymore Carnival, July 30th and 31st, with mass start racing both evenings. So a great spectator event, and we'll encourage our riders to go check out the registration for that now. At 24 to go, Baker feels like it's time to move it again. Henry Kaiser and Chris Wilson, the riders right behind him. Fount Cycling's got some serious love on the YouTube views right now, and they're cheering on their riders in the dark green who are making moves all over this field tonight. Covering attacks, making them on their own as well. It's going to be Ludo Max that takes the front and quickly abandons it as the field kind of squashes together, the front slowing and the back catching. As Baker swings up high, Chris Wilson for Fount Cycling takes the front. Nick Martinez willing to follow on that wheel and reaccelerate things at 22 to go. Oh, and that's cool. I missed this call out. Some people would know this one. Wolfie's saying, "Go Dad," out here. I don't know how many people know that one. Yep, okay, a couple. Nice. We see you at home watching. Richter hears ya. Wolfie's cheering for the Rocket to make another big move here somewhere in this race at 21 to go. If you're enjoying that stream, by the way, if you're having a nice time out there, we try our best to put on a pretty good show for you every Friday night. Make sure to leave that thumbs up, and a subscription on the channel really helps us with promoting what's happening here. Let more people know that we've got great racing going on here at the Velodrome, whether it's our friends here in our community or just across the nation, as we spread the word that this track is doing the best we can to put on great racing events throughout the week. We stream our Friday night races every single week to Facebook and YouTube. 20 laps to go. Chris Wilson reaccelerates things. Ludo Max and Stephen Wilson's, there's 2 Wilsons in this group, joins in on the fun. We got a group of 6 that are hustling here after the first part of the race. So there's that kind of that first phase is over. Now we've got some attempts to make some attacks happen here, and this break is not really going hard for it as 3 riders all swing high. They're not on the pace. That is not a recipe for a successful breakaway. This gives the opportunity for most of the riders in this field to close the distance down relatively quickly. And now we've got ourselves a pretty big field once again all lined up. Pretty long distance here. The scratch race at 30 laps, and at this sort of speed, you can feel them as they go by. They're clicking along. Just for a moment, slowing down here as they go wide across the track. 18 to go. Ryan Rustwald in the dark blue and black for Hagens Berman takes the front. Ludo Max now finds himself in charge at the front. $17 to go. The laser moves out of the way. He's been impressive tonight in this field. Watch out for that junior competitor as we get into these preem sprints and the eventual end sprint at the end of this race. Don't forget, there's still 2 preems to go, and we're nearly halfway through this race. A $50 and $100 lap still ahead of this field. And they're all waiting to hear the bell to signal the start of that one. It's Baker now once again at the front. Richter sits on his wheel with Christian Miller making up the front 3. $15 to go. We're halfway there in this 30-lap event. The laser back at the front again. Carl Hofer now the rider at the front in the red for Audi Racing Team. If it's not already clear based on the length of this race and the general speed of the group, the Cat 1-2 men is going to be generally our fastest field of our nights because these are the riders that have earned the upgrade points to work their way into this group. So it's a more selective group of riders. They're not just out of a class. They've been racing for quite some time, enough to get upgrade points to make it to this point. $13 to go. You can see the pace still fairly quick from this group. They're not all in single file formation though, so the riders are willing to spread out a little bit and find a place to be in this field. They have 2 things on their mind, of course. When we talk about a normal win on a Friday night, it's, $10, $15 to win a race. They've got preems tonight that quadruple that amount. That's really got to be on the front of their minds right now. And the game plan of how do I get that and the win today. 12 to go. A big break here from Chris Wilson and Ludo Max. Henry Kaiser sending that he has to get out there as well. If he doesn't make this move now, he might miss out on some cash. So he's going to make the move. Carl Hofer matches the wheel as well. Make it a break of 4. Chris Wilson at the front. Ludo Max matching in on that one. It's the laser with the orange helmet. Carl Hofer with the red. 11 to go. It's a break of 4. Andy Baker gets low on those handlebars, trying to stay aero and lead this field back up. He senses this is a dangerous position for this group of 4 to be in at this time in the race. A little bit of hesitation in the chasing riders breaks the field. The field's chasing. There's 4 at the front. It's $50 to lead the lap at 10 to go. $50 to lead the lap at 10 to go. $50 to lead the lap. Our lead group of 4, it's got Kaiser in there, one of our juniors. He's at the front of it, and he wants the $50. I'll tell you right now, he's going to look for it. So is Chris Wilson. He's going to get him out of the saddle. The rider in the dark green is going to make the sprint alongside. It's the junior and Chris Wilson. Found Cycling says, let's get the cash. Off and away he goes, but still, oh, look out. This could be good. Kaiser's not giving up on this one. He says, I'm digging deep, I want it. 50 for the line, it's going to be Chris Wilson on the inside. A great second effort from the laser. He's not able to get there. Number 39, our winner of the $50. Well, there's still $100 somewhere between now and the end of this race, and not a lot of laps left to get it out. So here we are at 8 to go. Lead group of 4. 8 to go. Kaiser, Wilson, Hofer, and Max, the 4 riders by their last name there, almost in order as Kaiser went to the end of the line there as I was calling them out. It's number 39 in the dark green with the white helmet, the benefactor of the $50 Preem. Seven to go. The pursuit's starting to pick up a little bit again as both Baker and Martinez have quite a good motor in them to put some work in and try to bring this thing up. They string out the field single file. This might spell doom for the lead group. We'll see, as Nick Martinez has no problem maintaining that sort of pace. 6 to go on the lap cards. Carl Hofer not looking as smooth as they were a couple laps ago. This has been a big effort for these 4 leaders. And contact looks like it's about to be made here as it's everyone's coming together again. What was once a lead group of 4 has become the field all together again. And the leader does exactly what they should do at this point. I've worked hard enough, time to take a break. Woo. Yeah, Chris Wilson's got some good beer money in his pocket, that's for sure. But what about $100? What can you do with that? It's still not coming at 5 laps to go. Yeah, that's gonna say that could get you something better than beer, I suppose. Thanks, Anna, for the call out we see out there. Anna Fowler. Thanks for all you do too. We're trying our best. We do have a good crew up here. I think you might know 2 of them. Team Fowler up here helping make the stream happen tonight. Appreciate their help. 4 to go. The rocket at the front of the field. Everybody's all back together at the front of this race. It's the field and then stragglers. So anyone else on the track right now is behind the leaders. Russ Vold takes the lead for a moment. So now, I mean, it's clear at this point, the calculus is the $100, and it's still not coming, so they're thinking, well, I've only got so many laps left to go. This effort is at least for something. What can I do here? 3 to go. $100 to lead the lap! $100 to lead the lap! $100 to lead the lap! At 3 to go. I didn't want to give it away too soon. Christian Miller is on a huge tear at the front of the field. Can anybody catch him? He was already in position to just pick this one up, and he's just going like nobody's business. What is this 400-meter effort? Christian Miller digs deep and finds it. He's got a gap here. What's he going to do with it? Give it up. That was speedy. He's like, no, you don't understand. That wasn't an effort to set up a win. That was it. That's all I got. The tank is empty. The reserves are done. That's $100. I'm happy. I'm going home tonight feeling just fine about a Friday night. Christian Miller says, I'm not even catching on to that pace. Yeah, that was an impressive lap. Here we go for the win. Who's going to get this big win tonight? 1 to go. 1 to go. When you put the cash that close to the end, it's the gambler's Preem. Christian Miller. Yeah. From the front, nobody can catch that effort. All right, coming down the back straight, it's going to be Brando Russell and Andy Baker coming along side by side. Russell's trying to hold in the front. He's in his big sprint. He's up and out of the saddle, trying to get in top speed. Now he's down and deep. Holding on. Hold on, Brando Russell. Whoa. What a sprint from the rider from Fout Cycling. Andy Baker was coming downhill to catch on to that speed, and just it broke away from him. He couldn't keep it. Russell was too fast there in the final moments. Brando, the Mando tonight in this scratch, takes the top. Miller says, whatever. Say what you want. Podium schmodium. Yeah, pretty awesome. All right, Cat 3s, we got you out here for a race. Looks like you're good to come on out. Check engine light, says YouTube. Yeah, Christian Miller got the check engine light after that effort for sure. Fantastic. Good race in there in that previous event. We've got one more scratch race, 2 preems, guys, 50 and 100 bucks on 2 laps during this race. They're on my call. Brendan Comfer says, hell yeah, Brando. Congratulations for the win in the previous race, getting a call out there on YouTube. Fun to have the online community interacting with us here in person as well. Don't forget, as our riders go by, to encourage them as they get up into their speed and their efforts. We appreciate having, again, it was a great turnout here on a Friday night. I know it's a long evening. Appreciate all of you that are still here cheering us on in person. This will be 25 laps of scratch racing, 2 preems in the same way you saw them in the previous races. I get to choose where those happen. One's for $50, one's for $100. All right, we're together enough to start it, so the race is underway. 25 laps of racing. Pratis momentarily on the lead of the lap. It'll be Jonathan Levi to now take the lead spot away. At 24 to go, we're strung out with a fast effort here to start this scratch race. You can see it when he's on the same straight as us. Levi, not only with the white bike, but also the fancy rear wheel. Sort of the hypnotic pattern going on there, if you can check it as it's going by, that rear disc. He takes the final position in that lineup. .23 to go, and Flaum finds himself leading the lap. Don't forget, if you want to get into racing as fast as possible, you're already an athlete or you think you know what you got going on here, maybe you're in another discipline on a bike already, or you've got lots of experience with a bike and you feel comfortable enough that this is something that you would want to get into, the fastest way to get out onto the track and competing with what you see happening here tonight, signing up for one of the classes. If you're an adult competitor, an athlete, you want to get out there and involved, velodrome.org, go to the education tab and sign up for one of the 4-hour adult classes. Those adult classes are $40. You get one of our rental bikes if you need a fixie to get out here and start learning. And during the 4 hours, you get started with the basics of the track. You learn about how to go left and right out here with the lines and what they all mean. You kind of learn the rules of the track, about the ways to handle the bike, some of the basics of some of the race formats. And by the end of those 4 hours, you're going to be given the thumbs up to join us for beginning racing on Monday nights, where you'll get more experience and more practice. We won't throw you out into any big fields right away. We are really good about giving you a safe start with lots of help and opportunity for feedback. So check it out. Get signed up for an adult class. 4 hours, $40 for our adults, bike included if needed. Online at velodrome.org. Thanks again to our online donators and some in-person donators as well to help increase the prize purse to make tonight just a little bit more fun. It's been fun doing these preems when the totals are higher than usual. It's a motivating factor and very fun to watch, so we appreciate that. It's made for an exciting Friday night. Field seeing 19 to go. Kurt Kilbert will slide down in the sprinter's lane to take the lead effort now, as Itai Malakoff and Carl Pratis will try to follow on the wheel behind his acceleration. $18 laps remaining, and Flom's now on an effort himself as he starts to push away. Riders thinking about if this is one they want to go chase down or not. They'll sit around for just a moment, allow him to get a bit of a gap here. And 17 to go. I got $50 to lead the lap. It's $15 to lead the lap. $50, 5-0. $50 to lead the lap. Can anybody get Flaum in time? He was in a very good spot. A little lucky there, the timing he had. I picked that lap number before the race, I promise. A good timing for where Ben was on the field at that moment. Oh man, $50 is a good payout. Levi says time to accelerate. He can spin up to speed in no time. Flaum's on his pace right now. Is it enough for the 50? John Levi's trying to get it. Ooh, oh, not enough. Flaum, our winner for the 50. Nice. All right, we got $100 coming up at some point from now till the end. And of course, the big win and the featured race tonight, the scratch for the Cat 3s. This has created an interesting little bit of change in the scenery here. The landscape was looking pretty standard until Ben Flom made a move off the front, got the $50. That encouraged Jonathan Levi to make an attack to also try to get the 50. He didn't make it, but he did jump up to Ben's lead. Carl Pratis also joins in on that effort. They're looking around and starting to do the math here, seeing that the chasing field's getting close. How long will they stay on this effort at 14 to go? Levi swinging pretty high here, looking around, thinking maybe we're about to lose this here. Looks like it's coming back together. Itai Malakoff does the work necessary to finish it off as he brings the field back into contact with our lead 3. $13 on the lap cards. The field's hustling along pretty good here behind Ben as he takes up to the right-hand side. Levi still looking to recover, will also pull up quickly. Responsibility falls to Ryan Meinhardt, who now finds himself at the front and feeling fresh enough to push it ahead of the rest of the field. He says, I'm not willing to go on a solo break. I'll sit up and wait for some help as the field bunches up behind him and everybody will reset themselves. It's time to get some oxygen back in the system. And 12 laps to go. Cat 3 is closing in on this one. Their final race already halfway over. 11 to go. It's Meinhardt setting up the drag race here. John Levi now on his pace at the front. Ten to go. Flom fresh enough again to go push the pace ahead of everyone. So you see this again, riders will take a moment to recover in the field. Once they refresh again, they can go make these attacks. Someone like Ben Flom, who is quite well equipped to do this sort of move, will do it as much as he can. He's trying to make the race hard on his competitors. We will be able to get cash for those big preems. We just need to, get it. We weren't expecting that sort of influx. So cash preems we will be able to handle. Just hold on, we'll get it. Just on 9 to go. Eight to go. Mostly gathered up here again. And guess what? I got $100 to lead the lap at 7 to go. It's $100 to lead the lap. Big effort here to get the $100. Who wants it? $100. This is the biggest prize. Jeez. Come on. Go get him. Levi just makes the move at the line, and he's well away. He's looking around. He's like, I don't know if these guys are going to get even close to me. I don't think they will. Itai Malakoff's on his pedals trying to spin up the speed. And Levi's just well and heading away this thing. What a nice sprint from Jonathan Levi on his way for the big payout tonight. $100 richer on that sprint. 6 to go. Five to go in the scratch. Meinhardt at the front. David Mullen now takes the lead position. Hagens, Berman, black and blue. Four to go into the final mile of the event. Flaum leads it again.
Shaken but not stirred. Just a lesson that I've learned, and so it goes. Tables turn in your own.
3 to go. Meinhardt at the leads position. Final race tonight, just about ready to wrap up here. All that's left now is the victory in this featured race is Scratch, coming to a close here for the Cat 3s in our final event. Flom knows he's going to win a sprint He's going to have to do it likely like this. He's going to try to get ahead of the rest of this field and just get up to speed nice and early. The longer effort suiting him just fine at 2 to go. Looks around, nobody's joined him. So he'll have to cruise it now. Carl Pratis, not wanting him to get out of sight, will re-accelerate it. Number 304 now into chase. Pratis making an effort here that might end up being very profitable for him in the overall finishing spot. Where will he end up as Flaum gets the bell first? It's 1 to go. Carl about to catch the wheel. Dave Mullen in a good spot as well, accelerating. It's going to be the lap for the junior here, though, as Pratis has got several bike lengths on anyone else in this group. As he comes around the side of Flaum, he's the only rider close to him now. The acceleration coming from the middle of the field. Can Carl hold off the charge? Still at the front is Pratis. Oh, David Mullen starting to make a run at it. This is Jonathan Levi. It's still Pratis at the front. It's going to become 3-4 riders across the track. It's going to be David Mullen down the middle and John Levi on the outside. Levi, the winner. Mullen for second. And I think Malakoff had enough speed there on the outside for third. Take the hundo and the win. Why not? Nice. All right, folks, that closes it down for us today. That's it. This fantastic Friday night race program brought to you by the good folks here at the Marymore Velodrome Association, our great staff, our officials, and of course, our athletes for putting on a fantastic show. How about more round of applause if you're still here? Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate all of you. You're wonderful human beings. Thank you for your support. If you're online, don't forget to leave that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Share the videos after they're up. We really appreciate that. Helps the channel out so much. The views and the eyes on this great racing. We thank you all for being with us on this Friday night. We look forward to hosting you for more great racing here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.